Hello, everyone, and welcome to 30 Minutes to Eagle Pose, also known as Garudasana. An eagle pose is one of my favorite poses, and there's a lot we need to discover and cultivate in our body in order to get this pose. First, we need open shoulders, enough to be able to cross our arms. We also need open hips in order to cross our legs. Pose is also a standing balance, so we are on one foot in eagle pose. And along with being on one foot, that leg is bent, so we definitely need some quad strength, and even some back strength will help us in the pose. And to start, let's focus on our shoulders. So take your arms out wide, and then reach the hands back, like you want the backs of the hands to touch each other behind your back. And do 10 pulses from here. So pulse the hands back, really feeling the opening of the heart and the broadening of your shoulders. And then let's find the opposite motion. So take your arms out in front of you and cross your right arm underneath of your left, and then pulse this way 10 times. Once again, opening the heart, take the arms out wide, 10 pulses. And arms in, this time left under the right this time, and 10 pulses. Take the arms out wide and release. Next, let's explore internal-external rotation in the shoulders. Bend your elbows, take your hands in so your fingertips touch, and take your hands all the way out so your elbows come into your ribs. And then 10 of these, so inhale in, exhale out. And another fun shoulder exercise. Take your arms out wide this time. Turn your right palm down until your thumb faces down, and do the opposite with your left arm. Thumb faces down, but pinky faces up. And then rotate. Both arms opposite direction. This is one of my favorite exercises too. It's really nice to kind of wring out tension and open up your body. You might imagine just like you do a towel, you wring it out back and forth. And release the arms down. Bring blood back into the arms. And then take the arms back out wide. This time, cross your left arm over to your right and hook the left forearm with your right elbow. And make sure the left shoulder isn't coming up to your chin, but draw the left shoulder down and away from your ear. And then take the right hand and grab your upper arm and draw the arm even further across your body. And switch side, take the arms out wide. Right arm comes across, hooking your right forearm with your left elbow, drawing your right shoulder away from your ear, and really tune in to where you feel this stretch on your body. Even a simple muscle like the bicep can have over 100,000 muscle fibers. So even the same stretch you can feel in two different areas of your body or areas of the muscle, and that even changes day to day. We might open up one area of tension and then it reveals a deeper layer of tension underneath of it. And release the arms back out wide. This time, take your arms out in front of you and bend your elbows so your elbows come together. This is a lovely kind of beginner way to come into eagle arms. And from here, keep your spine straight, but begin to extend your fingers up But don't let your elbows move away from each other. Keep squeezing the elbows together. And then bring the elbows in and all the way down. One more time. Come back to center. Take the hands to the sky while keeping your elbows in. And bring the elbows in to your chest. From here, interlace your fingers and turn the palms to face you as you extend your arms out in front of you. And drop your chin to the chest and really reach the backs of the hands as far forward as you can. See if you could find a stretch on your upper back. From here, turn the palms out and reach your hands up to the sky. Keep the arms nice and straight and lean to the right. Look underneath your left armpit. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center and exhale to the left, looking underneath your right armpit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale back to center and exhale, release the hand. Okay. From here, have a seat. Take your legs out in front of you. Take your hands behind. And let's get into our hips a little bit. Start by rocking your legs side to side. And then coming back to center, extend your legs out in front of you. And let's just explore the motion that we're looking for in our hips. I'm going to take my left foot in and bring your left foot to the outside of your leg, so the outer edge of your foot, the pinky toe side is on the ground. And then take your right hand and see how much we can draw your left foot towards your right hip. Right? And then take your left hand and press the left knee in a little bit more towards your center. And then see if you could fold over your front leg. Now, depending on where your flexibility is at, maybe this is a hamstring stretch for the right leg, but you might feel it in your left hip. And let's explore our flexibility on the other side. So come back to center. Extend your left leg all the way out. Bend your right leg in, and then the foot comes to the outer edge of your left leg. Left hand grabs your right foot to draw the left foot closer to your right hip. Right hand to your right knee, press the knee in, and then fold over your left leg. All right, and slowly come back up. Take the hands behind you, bend the legs, plant the feet out in front. And once again, rock the knees to the left and to the right. Coming back to center, cross your ankles and come forward into a tabletop position. Continuing to warm up and wake up our bodies, extend your right leg out behind you and exhale your knee to your nose. And do that about 5 more times. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up and back. Exhale, squeeze. You got it. Fill up the lungs on the inhale. Empty the lungs on the exhale. And then together, do one more inhale to extend. But this time I'm going to cross my right leg behind me to the left. We'll keep the leg straight for now, but look over your left shoulder and squeeze your left shoulder towards your left hip like you want the two to touch. And from here, let's transition to our cow face pose. To do that, bend your right leg until your right knee finds the mat on the outer edge of your left knee. Make some space between your feet so that you can sit back and come into this cow face pose. Take your hands to your feet, draw your feet close to your hips like we just explored. And take your left hand to your left knee, right hand to your right knee, and squinch the knees together. See if you can get your knees stacked. Returning your hands to your feet, folding forward from here. Now, it's okay if the knees aren't fully stacked yet. Cow face pose is a wonderful prep pose for our eagle posture. And it's super easy to come back to your tabletop. You can just come forward, hands to the mat, come over your knees, and uncross your legs. Let's do the other side. Extend your left leg out behind you, and take your knee to your nose. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. And do a few more on your own breath and on your own timing. And do one more inhale to extend your left leg back. And once again, we swing the left leg behind us to the right and look over your right shoulder, squeezing right shoulder towards your right hip, and maybe even drawing your left shoulder forward. From here, bend that back leg, the left leg, until your knee finds the mat. Make some space between your feet and sit back. Once again, draw your feet close to your hips. Right hand, right knee, left hand, left knee. Squinch your knees in. Hands return to your feet and fold forward from here. You might notice one side might be a little bit tighter than the other side. It's perfectly normal for one side to be tighter than the other. And that's one of the beautiful transformations that happens in yoga, is we gain a greater awareness of what is happening in our bodies. And you might examine different areas in your life. Do you spend more time leaning to one side than the other? Do you tend to prefer one side than the other? And we can find that awareness so we can cultivate more balance in our lives. And it's super easy to return to our tabletop, simply coming forward, uncrossing your ankles, and coming back to your tabletop. From tabletop, tuck your toes, take your hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Continuing with this theme of crossing your legs, take your left foot up and actually see if you can kind of grab your Achilles tendon by taking it between your big toe and the next biggest toe, and press your own heel down. And try the other side. Switch. And uncross your feet and come forward to the top of your mat. And rather than a forward fold, we're going to do a cross-legged forward fold. So take your left foot behind and to the outside of your right. See if you can bend the knees just a bit to get your knees so they're next to each other. And fold forward from here. So if you cross the leg the way I just did, your right leg is in front and your left foot is in back. But it doesn't matter because we're just going to switch. So if you're following me, put your left foot back where it came from. And then right foot comes behind and finds the outside of your left. And if you did the other cross, then just switch. And uncross both feet, bend the knees, tuck your tailbone, and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. And bring your hands to heart, standing at the top of your mat. Now, there's always a few different ways to do the same pose. For some people, eagle pose, the torso is perfectly straight, but I prefer to have it folded forward just a bit like we do in chair pose. So let's explore that first. Take your hands to your hips. Bring your legs together so your inner feet touch. And then start by standing up nice and straight, and then bend the knees. And when you bend your knees in this way, knees most likely come out in front of your toes. And then hinge forward at the hips and notice what changes. In order for us to stay balanced over our feet, our tailbone needs to come back, and our knees also come back over the center of our feet. And then do that same arm variation we explored before. So not quite eagle arms, just taking the arms out in front, bending the elbows, and bringing elbows and palms together. Okay. And just feel into this pose for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, release into your forward fold. Nice job, yogis. From here, take the right foot to the back of your mat, bend left knee over your ankle, and inhale your arms forward and up. From here, we will come to our full eagle arms. So take your arms out in front, take your right arm underneath your left, and eagle your arms. From here, take your right heel down for an eagle-armed warrior 1. And on your inhale, reach the elbows up as you look up. And on your exhale, reach all the way forward. See if you can get your fingertips to touch the mat. And do that 5 more times. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. You got this. Deep breaths, nice and slow, mindful movements. And last inhale, come all the way up. Release the arms up high to the sky. Straighten your left leg. Turn to the right. And exhale, warrior 2. But not just warrior 2. Let's do eagle-armed warrior 2. This time opposite. So take left arm underneath the right this time. But continue gazing to the left, just like we do in our normal warrior 2 pose. From here, release the arms out wide, returning to warrior 2. On your next exhale, take your hands to the top of your mat and step forward, forward fold. Let's do the other side. Left leg to the back of your mat. Left heel drops. Inhale, arms forward and up. High lunge, so keep the heel up. And then eagle the arms out in front, left under the right this time, eagle the arms. Now take the left heel down. And on your inhale, reach the arms up as you look up. And exhale, round spine coming forward. And finding your flow. Inhale up. Exhale forward. You got this. Continue to flow. Last inhale up. Last exhale down. And then inhale all the way up. Release the arms up high to the sky. Turn to your left. Straighten your right leg. And warrior 2 pose. And eagle the arms here right underneath your left this time. Gazing to your right. From here, release the arms out wide. And on your next exhale, windmill your hands to the top of your mat and step forward, forward, fold. From here, bring your feet together, bend the knees, take your arms up, chair pose. Once again, bend your elbows out front, elbows touch, palms touch, feeling into this variation of your chair for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and standing, hands to heart. Find your breath. Next, let's explore what it's like to be on one leg with that leg bent. So coming into our chair, just like we learned, take your hands to your hips, bend the knees while sitting up straight, but then tip forward just a bit so your knees come back to center, and then take your arms up for your chair. Now, nothing fancy here. Just shift your weight over into your right foot and lift the left foot an inch off of the ground. Notice what changes in your body, what muscle groups need to take over to really keep you supported and balanced in this pose. And switch sides. Shift the weight to the left, and right foot comes off of the ground. And 2 feet to the mat. Stay in your chair. Just take the hands behind you as you interlace your fingers. Draw your shoulders back, and on your next exhale, fold forward with your whole heart here, rounding the spine, reaching the hands away from you. From here, release your hands to the mat. Bend the knees. Jumper step back to a plank pose here. And like we did before in our downward dog, let's bring our left big toe and next big toe between our Achilles, holding it there. And switch. And come back to your plank pose. If you want, take your vinyasa, fold forward halfway. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. From this downward dog, take your right leg high to the sky and swing the right foot forward. Plant it between your hands. Inhale, arms forward and up. High lunge. And our next pose is going to be a warrior 3. You might need your hands on a couple blocks or the ground in order to stay balanced in your warrior 3. But if you do have a lot of confidence in your warrior 3, let's try it with eagle arms. So if you have the balance, take the arms out in front, left under the right, eagle the arms, fold forward halfway, and lean forward, bring your weight into your right foot, and launch left leg off of the ground. And let's do one more cross-legged forward fold. Take your hands to the mat, take your left foot behind and to the outside of your right, folding forward from here. All right, now this time, legs are crossed, right? Keep your legs crossed as you bend your knees and roll up to standing. And then all we need to do to come to our eagle legs is bend the knees a little bit more and cross the right leg over the left. But for now, let's do arms up overhead. Nice. And then come to standing and wrap the right leg. 2 feet, find the mat. Find your breath. All right, other side, and then we'll have a go at our eagle pose. Bend the knees, arms up, chair. Legs together, palms together. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left foot comes off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight to your left foot. Right foot comes off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 feet, find the mat. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Take your vinyasa. From here, inhale, left leg high to the sky. And exhale, swing the left foot forward, plant it between your hands. Inhale, arms forward and up, high lunge. So same as before, if you need your hands on 2 blocks or the ground for warrior 3, feel free to do that. If you're feeling confident in your balance, take your arms out in front, right arm underneath the left this time. Fold forward halfway, shift your weight forward, and launch your right leg off into the air. Nice job, yogis. You got this. From here, hands to the mat, cross-legged forward fold. So take your right foot behind and to the outside of your left, folding forward from here. And just like we did on the other side, keep your legs crossed. Bend the knees, roll yourself up to standing. Legs are crossed, right? Knees are bent. Just bend your knees a little bit more and cross left leg completely over the right. And then take the arms up for this halfway between eagle pose and chair pose. If you don't feel like your legs fully fit together, oftentimes you need a deeper bend in the standing leg, and that fits together like 2 puzzle pieces. And unwrap the legs, come to standing, take your hands to your heart. All right. So we're ready to put all of our pieces together. And I'll just explain a few things about the legs. So depending on where your flexibility is at, you might be wondering what to do with the foot on the top leg. So let me just show you real quick. If you're still working on your balance and maybe the flexibility isn't quite there, then you can cross the one leg over and just use the toes as like a kickstand, right? So if you're feeling some challenges around the balance, it's a wonderful way to practice that. And then if you feel confident in the balance, then the foot can just hang there in space. The next challenge is to either get the foot behind the calf or all the way around the ankle. So most people end up with the foot behind the calf, but you might have it accessible for the foot to be fully wrapped around. Okay, so these are all progressions. The more we practice it, the more accessible the progressions become. Let's give it a go. Come to standing at the top of your mat. Bring your legs together. Bend the knees, take the arms up for this variation of chair. From here, shift the weight to your right leg and cross your left leg over the right. And the arms are opposite. So take the left arm underneath the right and stay focused here. Find that laser-like eagle vision. Okay, come to standing, unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, take your hands to your heart. Other side, bend the knees, arms up, chair. And shift the weight to your left foot, right leg crosses over your right. And again, arms are opposite, so right arm underneath your left, eagling your arms. Finding your gaze, your drishti, fixed on a point in front of you. Laser-like eagle vision here. You got this. And to come out, unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, take your hands to your heart. Nice job. Take your arms out in front of you. Come onto your tippy toes, bend the knees until you're sitting all the way onto your calves. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. And have a seat. And sitting here briefly, relax the body, Relax the mind. Tune into the heart. So thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Hopefully you discovered what you need to cultivate in your body in order to have a full eagle pose. If there's other poses you want to see a 30-minute video for, just let me know in the comments below. And my name is Zach Beach. You can find out more about me at zachbeach.com. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. Namaste.